As we're here with some Jeskai Xerox. For those of you that don't know much about vintage Xerox, it's usually a blue-based control deck. Puts a bunch of forces and a bunch of Xeroxy cards per se, which is like Pyroblast, Preordain, Ponder, Brainstorm, Ancestral. Basically uses the same like 50-ish cards in the main deck and slowly customizes the main and sideboard off of it. Basically, we're just playing a Jeskai controlling deck using Dread of Darkness to get some advantage and killing with a card like Monastery Mentor down the line. Let us get into the games. Our hand seems pretty reasonable. My opponent's turn wanting us. We got Force of Will. They're playing any amount of creatures. We got swords, and Lavinia's usually good stopping some amount of the things the opponent's doing. I wonder how many people will actually come to watch Vintage today. I love playing Vintage, but not so many people watch it because they don't know much about it. Okay, my opponent mulliganed to 6, so that's nice for me, I guess. I'll Lotus Resolve. My opponent just happens to have Narset plus Way. That is unfortunate for me. Did not matter what we did, they were going to get that Narset down. Hopefully I can find like a Pyroblast off the top. No Pyroblast, but Lavinia is probably going to be good against whatever Knight's Whisper deck is. So I've got that going for me. I don't like that they're thinking. That means that they have multiple choices rather than just throwing everything to the bottom. Ancestral, really? Ugh, brutal. Yeah, it resolves. I can't do anything about it, sadly. Well, this is going to be a problematic game, I think. Okay, that gives me some opportunity. Get Tundra, then Volcanic. I'm going to guess this Lavinia is going to get Pyroed, but it's better than my Narset getting Pyroed. Got Knight's Whisper, 4 unknown cards. Hopefully they just play a Mox into this on accident and just get it countered. That would be great for me. That would be just dandy. What you got, opponent? What you got for me? You're deep in the tank. It's possible they didn't know exactly how Lavinia works and then is getting got by it. That would be nice for me. But I'm doubtful. I'm doubtful about that. Okay, while my opponent is taking their time, I'm going to go use the bathroom. I will be right back. I'll hit him with the F6 to make him feel better. Oh, my opponent Pyroblasted and cast Knight's Whisper. Okay. They took their time doing that one. Makes you think they're on Underworld Breach, probably. That's good they didn't have Pyro there. Mox Pearl isn't really doing anything for us. While our Preordain isn't doing anything right now. We'll eventually find a way to deal with this in our set. Sucks that my removal spell of choice was Swords to Plowshares rather than Lightning Bolt, as Lightning Bolt would have made this game a lot easier, I think, for us. The Swords is looking pretty anemic at the moment. Breach, yeah. So they're going to Pyro and then Ancestral. That's unfortunate. Oh, I guess they just kill us, right? They have Demonic Tutor. I didn't notice that. When did they cast Demonic Tutor? Oh, they cast it. Oh, they just cast Demonic Tutor, not Night's Whisper. I thought it was BT. Okay, we're just dead at this point. Yeah, I mean, their opener was incredibly good and ours did not interact in the correct way. I feel like I want this. Shining Speed is not too important. Swords to Plowshares. I'm gonna keep. Actually, no. I don't think I want Swords to Plowshares. I'd rather have at least some amount of Slick-Eyed Lanterns. I think this is fine. Like, they realistically only have one Monastery Mentor if they're even playing white mana in their deck. The rest of the stuff my Pyroblasts deal with. Let's see. This hand seems pretty reasonable to me. I should have probably seen if they had Mentor in their deck, which I still don't think I want to leave. Basically, any of the cards that I took out into my deck. I want to keep this Jit Probe in my hand because makes so we can force plus Mind Break Trap if we need to. Sure. Yeah, they're like, I've definitely Jit Probed going like, oh, is the coast clear? And then it's like, oh, nope, okay, let's play a real game. Probably what opponent figured. Opponent taking it their time. Oh, how's it going, Sauce? How's your day going? The first day of 2021. Yesterday I drank a lot and then took some weed gummies and forgot about them. And then an hour later I obviously remembered about them after I took them. Okay, sure. Maybe I'm supposed to Mind Break Trap the Lotus, but I don't think so. Braid, Forest Gush. I'm just not gonna play my 2-drops into it when I have this Pyro that I can leave open. And they're just gonna kill it guaranteed, so there's no real reason to do anything. Unfortunate that that is the card they drew. I think the Dreadhorde Arcanist is our best way to actually win the game. So I think I'm gonna play Lavinia. Let it get abraded. This reincarnation. In like 10 days. Oh, okay. I mean, I will just pyroblast this, I guess. I'm confused why they're forcing it. But I feel like it's more than reasonable to use my pyroblast there. Make them use the abrade then. Very confused why they like decided to go after that. Yeah, I'm gonna be watching some new anime soon enough. Well, I probably won't be new. I mean, it's new in a sense. But, yeah, I'll just let this go. They have Scalding Tarn and Unknown, but it's just going to be a lot of Season 2s, is my plan. Like, Quintessential Quintuplets, Dr. Stone, Promised Neverland. It will suck for me here if they have Pyroblast. Or if their last card is Cluster Storm. Brutal. Yep. Opponent, when we knew their hand, their draw steps were Knight's Whisper into Merchant Scroll into Time Walk. Pretty brutal. No, they just like win if they have Underworld Breach. I guess I could have played Dreadhorde Arcanist because it allows me to have Force Will plus Mind Break Trap up. In that scenario, I mean, obviously we're in a lot better Season 2 Slime. Yeah, I never watched Season 1 Slime. Yeah. I guess we got incredibly punished. Actually, I don't even know. Like, I mean, kind of came down to them, like, having Ancestral, right? And we didn't. Both games. Oh, I guess it was just, like, game 1, they had the turn 1 Narset with Force backup. We just kind of got blue carded out, I feel like. And since they drew Ancestral, they could Mystic Sanctuary their Ancestral. Interesting. That was a pretty good draw for me. Wow. The Ancestral hit them Preordain, Force of Will, Brainstorm. Wow. Okay. Not much to be done this game. Opponent got a double Ancestral Recall. That's kind of how it goes. Unless their second Ancestral Recall is like really bad somehow, which is incredibly unlikely, and then we like hit multiple turns in a row, we're probably gonna lose. I do not really see an avenue to victory that is not getting lucky off of our opponent missing here. Yep, that is GG. So I guess our option was just play a more controlling role with our Pyroblast. Yeah, actually the top of our deck would have been very, very nice to us. Turns out, would have hit Narset into Ancestral into this. I think maybe the Pyroblast on the Force of Will was a mistake, because they had the Abrade already locked up, so maybe we're just supposed to accept the fate of our Dreadhorde Arcanist into the Abrade, and just like, or just like not play, or just play Dreadhorde Arcanist first instead of Lavinia, so that we have Force of Will plus Pyro plus Mind Break Trap, and it's gonna be hard for them to like do anything. but instead we played in a way such that like we get got if they draw really well, whereas I think that we can win even if they draw multiple cards that are like good if we just draw like one good card advantage spell because we have like it theoretically all locked up with how many different cards we had. But it ended up playing out where they got to double ancestral because we decided to pyroblast the could have also mind break trapped at some point in the earlier turns. So there's a couple different decisions I could have made, but I'm not quite sure they would have necessarily like made up for anything because even though I don't pyroblast the ancest or that I don't pyroblast the force of will, then I end up pyroblasting the first ancestral and they get the second ancestral and they still have their hand is still like pretty nutted and I think we just end up losing anyways, but I'm not 100% sure. I don't know, difficult game. Hopefully we can do a bit better in the next rounds. We're back for round 2. We're gonna try and do a bit better than the last round. Get my music going. I hate that YouTube always like tries to stop my music. You get a turn 1 Lavinia, which is always nice. Am I willing to use like Black Lotus plus Fluster? Possibly. Yeah, I think backing up with Black Lotus plus Fluster seems good to me. Still though Fluster has little to no downside. Yeah. Only downside is like opponent playing Force of Vigor. But even then I'm like not too worried about it. I mean there's no way to play around Mind Break Trap, right? Like if we're going to play the Black Lotus. Pro Land Limiting. Yeah. Well besides what I'm saying is like this is if I want to like protect my Lavinia from a counterspell, which I think I do on turn 1. I'm like fine playing Black Lotus out first to like be able to leave up Fluster Storm. I guess I should just brainstorm here. I think I'm fine doing this. I think I want Mind Break Trap in my hand. Yeah. But if I need to fetch to cast this Pyro or this Fluster, for whatever reason, I think I want to have Mind Break Trap in my hand. Because if I have to cast one of these cards, almost surely Mind Break Trap will be able to defend it. I think. So that's why I think I want to leave Mind Break Trap in my hand. We can also just hardcast with Black Lotus. I think I just want to bottom both of these. That fetch was bad, I think. I was originally planning on playing this Ponder and then realized I can't like leave up my spells if I do that. Sure. I think I just want to fluster this. A little bit worried about them having second Dark Ritual. It's not like it's the end of the world. Concede. Interesting. We're going to draw a second line break trap. I felt pretty good about our spot. Yeah, archive trap just gets them, right? Doomsday and then you archive trap them, right? That's how that works. I think we just stitched a Shattering Spree, probably. And this allows us to be able to just Pyroblast a Thassa's Oracle. I can keep this hand, I think. Brainstorm. Hopefully will do some good work here for me. I was trying to figure out how I could, like, have all my lands be able to cast everything I wanted to, and then I realized, like, oh, just keep the Volcanic Island and then put the fetch land on top. I think Lavinia is going to be such a good card. And, worst case scenario, I can pitch to a force. And I'm fine drawing the other Lavinia, because if they counter the first Lavinia, I want to be able to have the second one. So it's not like the end of the world, drawing it. Kind of want to be aggressive with this first Pyroblast, because we have a second one. Black. I know I don't have white mana, but no. I'm going to be countering all this. That was possibly the best card possible to draw off the top. I have Days as the last card. I do not. Opponent having double force, but I got it all locked up myself. Now we can just, like, deck fate and lock them, essentially. It's going to be really hard for them to get out of it. Yep, they've seen enough. Opponent said nice hand. Well, you know, our opponent last time had the goods. This time we had the goods. And hopefully we can continue to have the goods to this prelim. Get ourselves some QPs and our money back. We'll see you guys in the next round. And we're back for round 3. Playing against Condescend. They won the most recent, Saturday Vintage Challenge. We'll see how we can do against them. This hand seems good. I'll just, like, ditch Volk, I think. I think I'll just lead on Volk pass. Maybe I just want to play like Vol Pearl Pass. So it makes it so that I have a better range versus like a potential daze. Don't mulligan to 5. Means like a lot of the ways that they're coming back into the game is like their Ancestral Recall. So it makes it even more likely for me to just leave a Pyroblast turn 1. Okay. Let's do this. Play Pearl. Pass turn. Thought about leaving Pearl for like a potential mentor, but like then like playing Pearl doesn't really leave anything up. That is potentially concerning. Oh lord, that was loud. Sure. I'll let Ponder resolve. Random Twitter auto-playing stuff. Sometimes scary. Doing a lot of playing vintage. It's definitely seeing a good chunk of play. As I said, what I thought was their most the way that they're probably getting back to the game is through Ancestral Recall. That plays. They had to use multiple cards to get to the Ancestral. So it's not that bad for me. They had to use Black Lotus as well. Doesn't seem like they really have much going on for them. But sure. We could have plussed on ourselves, but I feel like getting this mana is good, especially with the Mentor. Breach is basically the only card I'm scared about, which luckily I didn't have yet, at least. Thing is, like, we're still just dead to, like, a Breach, basically. What I'm a little bit worried about. But Power Blast doesn't, like, stop that. The only thing that could stop it is, like, having Force of Negation plus Preordain. I think having this is better, because if they whiff for, like, one turn here, then we just, like, win the game, basically. Now we can just put Time Walk on top. Mystic Sanctuary. This will put us in a pretty good spot, I think. Just need to find like one more cantrip, essentially. Whiffing there hurts a lot. 2 on the bottom. Don't have Underworld Breach, please. This is Dig Through Time. I don't think I actually care about Dig Through Time. They need to have like Underworld Breach plus a Moxen plus a land that isn't a fetch land, and all of them need to be able to like cast an Underworld Breach, and even then it doesn't actually do anything because they had to use a lot of cards from the Dig Through Time, so I don't think they have any yet. If they had Lotus still in their deck, they would have had a chance, I think, but without Lotus in the deck, I think it's not gonna cut it. I think this is how I want to board. Maybe I want to bring in another Soul Guide Lantern. You'd also bring in Rav Trap, but Rav Trap seems kind of bad to me. I love having Daze in my main deck for one reason alone. Makes it really easy to cut the card post-board. So I hate it so much. Do I like Vintage Cube? This hand is so close to being good. One land over like any of these creatures would make my hand nutty. This hand I'll keep. I'll ditch Dig Through Time. Yeah. I mean, I haven't played Vintage Cube in a long time. I don't think it's like bad per se. Just have Ancestral. Classic. Opponent knows I turn 1 Ancestral both games. Whoa, no second land? Okay, the Ancestral ended up did not work out for them very well. And yeah, and they Rainstorm locked. I'm fine letting this go. Even though, like, it can find them a land. Because, like, I feel like getting 2-for-1-ing myself is pretty bad. I think doing this is fine. I think Lavinia is a good enough card here. It's really greedy, but I think it's fine with the Lavinia out. They need to have, like, answer for Lavinia and then the goods. Not unlikely, but I would still say pretty hard for them to have. Like, these other two cards are just so good if I get to untap. I think it's worth going for. Because I need to have, like, way to kill Lavinia, Lotus, plus Underworld Breach. Not that likely for them to have. And if they suspect I have, like, Force of Will, even though I just discarded 2 counter spells, makes it even harder for them. They topped. That's not good for me. Your deck. That's great for me, because I don't need deck anymore. That is interesting. Playing this is fine. Makes it even harder for them to, like, turbo. Do what they need to do this game. I should have attacked with my guys there. That was a mistake. Like this mentor, I think I actually like got myself by having this Aethys Arcanist out. Now I just go get like dig through time. Yeah, I like should be at 6 right now. Okay, final noob. I see how it is with the host. Don't actually want to cast it because we know they have Force Negation. They chose not to shuffle. But I still think attacking with these are fine. I made like mistakes this game, I think. Do not appreciate my genuine support. I assume they have something. This is like the one card that I've built my deck in a way that it like can't actually beat it like resolved basically at all. Except for with my own mentor. Did I play a land this turn yet? I did play a land this turn. Try this. Aren't you just bouncing the basic? Because I want to be able to Mystic Sanctuary the same turn that I bounce the stuff. They have Force Negation. I think I want them to use their mana now. Xerox, yes. My assumption is they have like nothing else really their hand, and I'm hoping that I can find kill me now. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Kills me exactly. Yeah, no, I'm just dead. Deciding to play the Force of Negation to my turn. I thought I would deal more damage on their turn. It's like I was wrong. Wasn't going to find my own mentor anyways. Wow. Did not expect that to be how the game ended up going. But I messed up on a couple of the turns, and that's how it goes. Hmm. Let's see if we can get game 3. Reacher. Wonder what opponent is thinking about their sideboarding. Yeah, this hand seems fine to me. I think I'm basically brainstorming turn 1, like, no matter what. You want to leave up, like, hint of Pyroblast. And if they're on, like, turn 1 Ancestral again, and it makes it so it's more likely to do it on their turn. I think I want the land. This could just easily get pyroed, but okay, Force of Will. It's not that bad for me. Still have Mind Break Trap in case they're comboing off. Let's see what they've got here. Probably have Ancestral in their hand at this point, I would have to imagine. Yeah, I'm fine Archive or Mind Break Trapping this. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. They don't have white mana here, so Mentor isn't as much of a problem. So I think I can Soul Guide Lantern plus Dreadhorde Arcanist here. Then set up for like double Ancestral next turn. Let's see what they vamped for. Maybe just Ancestral. Okay, Ancestral it was. We could have gone for like Merchant Scroll, Ancestral. Though I kind of want to do that the next turn after I have the Arcanist out. There's a possibility I just crack the Soul Guy Lane to try and draw a card. Ay, ay, ay. That's one way to do it. Oof. I like an Ancestral back. Okay. Getting Ancestral back, do I have a good way to deal with Ancestral? I'm just gonna go get Brainstorm back, try to find something with it. This is like kind of the worrying. That now I just have like nothing happening for like 2 turns and they have Ancestral, whereas I could have just like gotten away to like beat Ancestral. Well, it doesn't look like they have anything else going for them. Just hopefully they don't have anything going for them again this turn. That's not good. Oh, okay, maybe it is good. I think I want to fetch here and not draw that. Force of Will. My assumption is they have like a Pyroblast, yeah. So that's why I wanted to not have the Force of Will. It seemed like it was just never going to do anything. Whereas possible. Hey, just do nothing. Yep. Do nothing again next turn, please. Maybe I have a chance. Yep. Well, lucky there. Oof. Feels like I kind of luck-sacked my way out of that one in the end. Oh, you know, we take those, even when we get lucky. Hopefully we can get the 3-1 in the final round. I'll see you guys there. Okay, we're back for round 5. Round 4, I guess. Sand is pretty bad, I think. Sand kind of sucks as well, but I will keep. The thing is, Wizard 202 is almost, or 2002 is almost always playing like Dredge, though. Yeah, they're just playing Dredge. There's basically no reason to like show them what hate I have. Monster Storm is basically what we want. Just missed it. I think we want Swords. Daze is good. Lavinia is good. Deck's good. Force Negation is bad. No, I mean, this is just game 1s versus Dredge. Dredge is supposed to win like 90% plus game 1s. This is how the matchup goes. Don't think I want the Shattering Spree. Oh, these Mind Break traps are pretty bad. I do want these. We have 4 swords. No. Yeah. Yeah. I'll do this. Have multiple graveyard hate pieces in the opener. Gonna keep the level 3 hype train. All from, mostly from my boy, Final Noob. Now, see, you say the meme hosts are real support, but we all know this is where the real support's coming from. Moving forward. Second spree over 4 swords. I don't think so. I want to do this now, because if they have a Force of Will, then I get a Fluster Trap both of those cards. How many hollow ones they have? Just one. One hollow one is beatable. It's gonna be hard, but it is beatable. Genuine support. My finger just slipped today. Basically just worried about hollow ones at this point. Which, I mean, we can easily lose too. Just hollow one army, plus, like, creeping chills. Oh, they had 2 creeping chills. That's actually so... That's basically, like, a time walk for me. I have to do that there. If they happen to have, like, Sickening Shoal, you know, sucks for me. Hollow one is? I mean, I think Hollow One should be restricted, along with Force of Vigor, personally, but that's just my opinion. All cards can you explain? Because of Bazaar of Baghdad, it gives them like a good way to deal with ley lines as well as other artifact-based hate without actually having to play lands. It's brutal. Makes blue unbeatable. I am not so sure about that. I mean, blue was beatable before with Dredge. It's Dredge's best matchup already. Like, just Xerox decks. Okay. Swords to Plowshares, deck fading. Brutal. Pretty brutal to just draw stone nothings. Drawn Time Walk along with lands this game so far. They almost surely have a counterspell in their hand. We're just gonna get our deck fade in Forest here, but that's the way it goes, I think. I should have gotten the white source. That was a big mistake. I punted that really badly by not getting a white source. Well, unfortunately, we just didn't draw a way to deal with Hollow One until much too late. I could have just not fetched there, but I don't know. I think fetching there is fine. Yeah, I mean, just drew all lands, essentially. Drew stuff significantly too late. Matchup's pretty bad for us anyways, but does not help that our draw... Our opening hand was good. Soft Assault, Hollow One, if we found no ways to Xerox through our deck and actually find an answer, of which we have many, but just couldn't find any. That's how it goes. 2-2, sad because of how prelims work. We're going to get like 10 QPs, but lose a bunch of money. But that's how Magic the Gathering is nowadays. Well, that's GG's here, and hopefully we can do better on the next one. If you guys liked the video, make sure to like, subscribe to the channel, follow me on Twitch and Twitter in the description below. You'll find the deck list there as well. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.